name's Steve Foster. I'm 52 years old and I'm a retired police officer. I had to retire back in '98 due to some back injuries I received in the line of duty. And now I work at a local auto parts store. I've always turned my own wrenches and worked on my own vehicles, even going as far back as when I was 17 years old, 16, 17. On that topic, I bought my first car, a 1966 Chevrolet Impala, two-door, from a friend of mine whose grandmother had passed away and left the car to him. He had no use for it. I love that car. I've always wanted another one. It was the first car I ever owned. I haven't been able to find one that I can afford to buy now, being on a fixed income from my retirement. And I'd really love to get my hands on another one. The one I had, I worked on, and it had a problem with the front end alignment. I replaced just about every piece in the front end, only to find out that what was causing my problem was a broken belt in one of the tires. But anyway, I had joined the military with a friend of mine on the buddy plan, and we went off to the Air Force. And when I was in basic training, I was speaking with my mother, and she advised me that my car was getting tickets on it for violating the 24-hour parking ordinance. They had an ordinance in the city I lived in that basically said, you know, your car has to move at least once every 24 hours or to get a ticket. My mother, due to her work schedule and everything else, was unable to continue to keep moving my car. And she said, you know, I really need to think about selling it. And she knew a boy that she worked with who was in desperate need of a car. And I said, well, let me think about it. And I was going to try to figure out some place to store it or keep it. And when you're in basic training, you don't get to speak on the phone very often. So the next opportunity I had to speak with my mother, she advised me that she had sold it to the boy that she worked with for $150. I had paid $300 for the car initially. And but you know, my mom, she had no idea what it was worth. This was in 1977. And so I got out of the service. You know, I had no car. I've always wanted another one, you know, back. I would have loved to find my actual 66 Impala. I have no idea what happened to it, but I've always wanted another one. And I keep looking, but everything's out of my price range. I mean, people are wanting, you know, $7,000 to $8,000 now for something that's falling apart. And so I just continue to keep my eyes open and try to find one. And then I stumbled upon a thing on the internet that said you guys were wanting to try to reunite owners with their original cars. Like I said, I don't see how that could happen, but you know, another 66 Impala would sure be nice. I had such plans for that car. And I've got a '81 Firebird project car that's in the background here. I've looked and looked. I thought, well, you know, maybe I could find one and trade this car off for it, but so far that hasn't happened either. I really appreciate you considering, you know, helping me get another 66 Impala, and I thank you for your time, and you have a nice day.